What's up, Connor? Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to Real Talk, KTIG's talk show. So we have three special guests from the top students of the class of 2021 here to talk to us a little bit about what it's like being at the top of the class. So stay tuned for today's edition of Real Talk. Once again, today we would like to welcome our special guest panel. Let's start off first by welcoming Piolo.
Hi, my name is Piolo Soriano. I'm in 12th grade and I am the NHS president and a member of NEHS.
Next up we have Marin.
Hi, I'm Marinee Dwyer. I'm a senior and I'm involved in Golden Girls where I'm a lieutenant colonel.
Last we have Colin.
Hello, my name is Colin Edwards. I am a senior. I am the principal violist in the CHS Orchestra, and I'm a member of the Academy.
So now that you know who's here, let's start out with this. What do you do personally to make yourself stand out from the crowd? Hello?
Personally, when I attend class and when I turn in assignments and projects, I make sure that I put all my effort and work and make sure it's over the top. So then, unique, and show that I do care about my work.
So, Marinee, what form of learning do you believe to be the most effective?
I believe every student has different types of learning that's the best for them, but for me personally, I like to do reading and hands-on assignments. I just think that being able to interact with the concepts really helps me learn, but again, each student has their own thing that they're good at, so there's no perfect method or the most effective. It just depends on the student, I think.
So, Collins, would you say there's a great amount of discipline towards becoming one of the top students?
Definitely. Being in the top requires a lot of discipline, really putting yourself out there, forcing yourself to do work that you may not want to do in the first place. A lot of it is really applying yourself to things, even if you don't think you can do it. It's really you forcing yourself or pushing yourself to achieve things that you aren't necessarily that confident in or you not necessarily comfortable with. And it's really that application is a very important aspect of not only my life in school, but I know a lot of other people's lives, like in the academy and stuff like that.
So, Marinee, do you think there's a great amount of discipline towards becoming one of the top students?
I think there's definitely a lot of discipline that goes into it, especially now with the current situation of Corona. It's easy to get behind on your homework or sort of push it off to the side. So I think it does take a lot of discipline to keep yourself going and to make sure that you're getting in all your assignments on time and making sure that you're just keeping up with all the daily work.
How about you, Piolo?
Just like what they said, we need to keep the reputation up and not lose that one image of ourselves being always on the top.
So, lastly, we all know that a lot of students, given the current events, are finding it quite difficult to stay motivated and on top of their work. What would you say keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated is that I always look at the end results, and if I always see myself with good grades at the end, that's what keeps me motivated. If what other students are struggling right now, they're having a hard time completing their work, and at the end, you get low grades, and that really keeps me down. So keeping up with my work and turning in on time and seeing good grades always keeps me up.
How about you, Colin?
To me, I'm a very competitive person when it comes to things. That's how I kind of keep my motivation up, is I always compare myself to other people, for better or worse, but I always am aware of how other people are doing in comparison of me, and always strive to, not fall below, some of my peers that I see to be very, great students. I always try to make sure that I'm always to their level or greater.
And last, Marin?
What keeps me motivated, I'm also a really competitive person, and I really like being able to have that aspect of competition, but also what keeps me motivated isn't necessarily the grade that I get or the number that's on the page, because in the end it all kind of goes away after high school. Not your grades, but what you got on one test doesn't affect your whole life. So what really pushes me and keeps me motivated is the vision of the future and making sure that what I'm doing is putting my best foot forward towards my future.
Well, thanks so much for sharing, guys. Next up, we'll talk about the top students' current life right after this.
Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Tiffany. Encouraging words. Okay, today I came up with this concept, but it's really not a concept, but I've already, it's already been out. And it is today, be the best version of you. When you are being the best version of you, things come together. Your family, your friends, your schoolwork, which leads to great success. So, always be glad that you are you. Because the real truth is, can't nobody beat you being you. And that's all I have for you today for Tuesdays with Tiffany. See you next week.
Welcome back, guys. Now we wanted to shift a little and talk about the top students' current lives. Has this past year affected your ability to learn? Marini?
I think at the beginning it definitely did. It was a different environment, having to get on Canvas every morning and make sure that I'm keeping up with everything. So I think at the beginning of the year I was a little bit less motivated, to be honest, but finding it within myself to keep pushing, I think really helped me this year. At the beginning I think there's a little bit of struggle, but now that we're back on the daily grind, I feel a lot more motivated.
Okay, Piolo. If you had to name one good quality about yourself, what would it be?
Hardworking. Because through this 2021 year, it's really hard to stay motivated on what you're doing because online class, no one pushes you except for yourself. So I pushed myself and tried my best to finish all of my assignments and put all my effort into it.
All right, Colin, have you achieved any personal goals this year?
I would say definitely. I know one of my biggest goals for this year was to finally make the application process to college. Although I'm very self-motivated, a lot of stuff can get under and I don't really achieve everything that I do. So really buckling down and really trying to apply, going through the application process, going through scholarship processes. I'm pretty proud of myself for putting myself through that and getting all that done.
So, Marini, if you were to tell your younger self that you would be one of the top students for the class of 2021, what would you think your younger self would tell you?
I think my younger self would say that she was proud of me. Ever since I was little, I've always been super motivated in all my classes. So I think hearing that I would be in the top 3 would make my younger self proud.
All right, real quick. Can y'all each name one teacher that has helped y'all achieve your goals? Bill?
Waldron, Mrs. Waldron.
Colin?
Ms. Curry, thank you for staying after 3 hours every day, helping us through physics. Thank you.
And Marini?
All of my teachers have been super, super amazing, no matter what the subject, but I'd say Mrs. Dillon because she was always super willing to help me when I'm struggling.
Can't wait to see what happens next with the top student. Next up, we'll talk about the top student's future right after our daily announcements.
For Black History Month, KTIG and the Student Council would like to honor the Black activists that strive to make a change for future generations. Today, we're honoring Bessie Coleman. Coleman was an early American civil aviator. She was the first African American and Native American to have a pilot license. She was born January 26, 1892, making her 128 years old. She was also the first African American to earn an international pilot's license. The Leo Club is hosting a Change for Change drive for the Montgomery County Women's Shelter. Bring your spare change between February 10th through the 24th. The winning class will receive donuts and drinks. Hey students and staff, CHS will be having its first blood drive of the year. It'll be on February 25th starting at 2 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m. You must be 16 years old with a parent or guardian consent form or older, and you must weigh at least 122 pounds upon donating. Seniors, we will not be giving blood drive cords this year. This week's College of the Week is Texas Southern University. TSU is a local HBCU located in Houston. It is known for its law program as well as their business program. TSU is one of the few law schools in the state of Texas. When Texas Southern University first opened its doors, it had about 2,300 students enrolled. Today, the university has more than 9,500 students from ethnically and culturally diverse backgrounds.
To close out today's show, we wanted to talk about the students' future goals. What would you say your dream job is, Colin?
I really want to say I have a dream job quite yet. I am looking forward to majoring in business, so something involved in business, maybe accounting, but I'm not really 100% certain on what I want to do yet. It's kind of up in the air for me right now.
Yeah?
My dream job is being a nurse physician. I'm really interested in health and science, and I think majoring in those fields would be a good thing.
And Marini?
I'd say my dream job, I would like to be a genetic engineer. So what that means pretty much is I would be able to edit people's DNA and stuff, and help get rid of diseases or help design new organisms, that sort of thing.
So quick question, folks. Are y'all going to college?
Yes.
Yeah. So, if so, what college are you going and why that college?
I am going to University of Texas at Austin, specifically the Montgomery Business School there. I have family that ties back to the college. Both my aunt and uncle both went there, and they're very huge about the college, always talk about it, huge Longhorn fans. So I have that kind of in my DNA almost. That, and I kind of want to stay in Texas. I'm not really one to extend so far out of my hometown here. So the fact that this is a really good college and I can stay in Texas, stay somewhat close to here with next to my family is a good choice for me.
Pillow?
I'm going to Lone Star College for 2 years, and then I'll transfer out to University of Texas Arlington.
All right. And Marini?
I've been accepted into the Texas A&M engineering school, and that's just something that runs into my family and something that just has always sort of been thrown at me to go there. But I'm also waiting to see if I got into MIT at Boston, so I'm trying to see if I can get in there because it's one of the best engineering schools in the nation.
So, Marin, what's a goal that you have not achieved yet?
I'd say a goal that I haven't achieved yet is just making it to the end of senior year and graduation. I'm really looking forward to the end of the year and being able to graduate with all my friends, knowing where I'm going to go to college, that sort of thing. So I'd say that's one of the goals that I haven't achieved yet.
All right, so last but not least, where do y'all see yourselves in 10 or 15 years from now?
10 or 15 years from now, I'll be seeing myself as a nurse physician, and I'll be helping out a lot of people.
How about you, Colin?
Right now, I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do, like I said, but I'm hopefully I can see myself making enough money to where I can travel. I've always wanted to travel to a lot of different places, so I'm really hoping, 15 years from now, that I'll be in a position to where I can afford traveling to different places.
All right, Marini?
In about 10 to 15 years, I see myself freshly out of college because I plan on going to get my doctorate in biomedical engineering so I can do the job that I want to do. So I'd say probably fresh out of college after getting my doctorate and hopefully working in a lab.
Well, that is all the time we have for today for Real Talk. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today to talk about being the top students. Viewers, thank you so much for watching. us talk with the top students. Make sure to stay tuned for KTIG's YouTube channel for another episode of Real Talk coming soon. And don't forget, CHS, be the reason someone smiles today.